Welcome to the voyage of the naughty nuts. We're on the quest of the mother nut this morning. The mother nut, the mother lode, the first cause of all my nuts. You see, a nut is a tension, a tied up ball of energy deep in your mind. It could be superficial or it could be profound, but we all have these nuts. We're all driven by a nut. The feeling of the nut is something is missing, something's not complete. Where is it? I thought I had everything. I thought I had the perfect life, the perfect wife, the perfect job, everything. No, it's not so perfect. Or you get a new car and it's got a wobble. No matter what you get that you believe is perfect, that will end the search for nuts, becomes another nut. Every nut breeds another nut. Why is that? So we're looking for the first cause. This goes back to Christianity. Looking for God, the first cause. If I could find God, the first cause, I would be in heaven. I would be free from suffering. Because we feel that the first, let's look, a Russian nesting doll. You know, Russian nesting doll? You open up a Russian nesting doll, and there's another doll in it. So you open up that, and there's another one. And you open up that, and there's another one. This is the reductionism. This way of reducing the dolls, the nuts, all the way back to the first cause. If I could just find that first cause, that first trauma, that first mistake, that first error, that first flaw, if I could just find that first flaw, I would have no more flaws. That's the way we think. It's called reductionism. Go back to the first cause, that Freudian. Go back to the trauma. Find the trauma. Free yourself from the trauma. Then you won't have any more trauma. Find the mother knot. Free yourself. So it's Russian nesting dolls. We're going in the wrong direction. This is Trumpism. He is restoring America by going back to the first cause, the first Russian nesting doll, when everything was perfect, and then removing all of the dolls that came after that. So the reductionist way is removing the impurities, removing the obstacles, going inward, going to the past, to the Garden of Eden. Christianity is doing that. In the Garden of Eden, everything was at one moment. Then there was a flaw. Then there was a sin. Then there was an error. And that one error triggered the human history. We've been wandering ever since, looking for our lost mother, looking for the lost doll, looking for the one who did it, looking for that flaw, that fundamental flaw. If I could just find that flaw, I would be free from flaws. That's Trumpism. If I could just find that flaw in America back when we had the golden age, we would be in the golden age. So what is the flaw? Then Trump points to the flaws. Remove that and we'll be in the golden age. Remove the immigrants. Used to be remove the blacks. Used to be remove the Irish. Remove whatever is the current flaw. This is the flaw. This is the flaw of reductionism. This way of thinking, which is mechanical, and it works with machines. You want to find why your lawnmower won't work? You go from one theory to another. Well, let's try. It's the spark plug. It's the carburetor. It's this. You go all the way back to, oh my God, it has no gas. But anyway, the idea of the way of thinking of a mechanic is to go through the errors one by one till you arrive at the first error. But this doesn't work with life, you see. This way of thinking has its place. but it is an obstacle when it comes to me, when it comes to life, not life out there, but your life, me, my life. I can't find why I hurt by reducing the causes back to one original cause. That doesn't work. That doesn't work with life, because life is not a machine. Life is not mechanical. Life doesn't work by cause and effect. Cause and effect has its place in the external world, but not in the internal world. Not in I am, not in where you live, you see. It may have a place in psychology, but then that's mechanical. That's a science of the external. Psychology just externalizes you into a science out there, so you can find the cause of your hurt out there in psychology in a textbook, or ask AI. AI will tell you that's all external. That's all objective. It's not you. You were missing. There's a great story of the 10th man. There were 10 men who crossed a river. And they got to the other side. They said, wait, we should count. Let's make sure everybody's here. So one person counted. He counted 9 people. Oh, my God, somebody's missing. Everybody counted. They all counted 9. Somebody's missing. A stranger came by. And he counted and counted 10. But he was wrong, too. Now, if you count the 10 and the stranger and you get 11, you're wrong. Who is the 10th man? Who is missing? The counter is missing. So no matter what you count, you are always missing. All we see in this objective way of knowing, all we know in this objective mode, is what we count. The counter is missing. You are a ghost in this machine. You are missing, and that is what's driving us crazy. I can't find myself by counting the numbers, by counting the objects, by counting the things. So Zen comes along, Huineng comes along and says, from the beginning, not a thing is. From the beginning, not a thing is. What is he talking about? What is from the beginning, not a thing is? You have to shift the way you perceive the world from the objective, reductionist thinking to holistic thinking, to seeing the whole at once. To seeing the whole. So when you look at this, you either take these apart to get to the first doll, or you see the whole line of dolls in one grasp. You either see the whole at once, or you break it down and go back to the cause. It's 2 ways of knowing, 2 ways of thinking. But that reductionist way, that mechanical way, has become our dominant way of thinking because we are a machine-producing people. The Industrial Revolution of England was a revolution in creating machines. And we've been creating machines ever since. And the way of thinking of machines is reductionist. But the way of the artist, the way of the creator, is not reductionist. It's seeing the whole in one grasp. You see the whole picture, the whole story, in one grasp. There's no means to an end. It's not stretched out in time. You can't get to the end. You are the end. You see the end, and you start from there. 2 ways of knowing. One way is you go back to find the first cause, and the other way is you are the first cause. The first cause is not. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. The first cause is out there in one way, the objective way. You are the first cause in the subjective way. And this is Zen. This is Zen Buddhism. Seeing that you are the cause of the problem.